Welcome to This Explainer. We have absolutely all been there, right? You're getting packed and ready for a big vacation, you're super excited, and suddenly, bam, you feel that dreaded, scratchy tickle in the back of your throat. It really makes you wonder, why do some of us seem to catch literally every single bug that goes around, while others just effortlessly breeze right through flu season? Well, today, we are completely decoding the everyday lifestyle habits that actively shape your immune system. We're going to take all that complex science and break it down into a really clear, actionable framework that you can start using right this minute.
Okay, let's dive into this with a pretty striking number, 70%. About 70% of your entire immune system is located right there in your gut. That is huge, and it tells us something incredibly important from the very outset of our explainer. Your immune health, it's not just about what you do when you start feeling sick. It's intricately, deeply tied to the things you consume and the way you live every single day.
To really wrap our heads around this, we need to dismantle a massive misconception. You know, people often treat immunity like it's some sort of seasonal switch, like you just chug a gallon of orange juice the second someone sneezes next to you on the train. But in reality, your immune system isn't an emergency siren that just flips on. It's a 24/7, highly trained security team. It is this vast, complex network of organs, cells, signaling molecules, and white blood cells, and they are working together all day, every day. The habits we build throughout the whole year are doing vastly more for us than any quick fix we try to take in the moment of illness.
So, here is our quick roadmap for today. We'll be exploring 3 foundational pillars: quality sleep, balanced nutrition, and moderate exercise. And then finally, we'll look at the overarching threat to all of this: sustained stress.
Let's move to Pillar 1, quality sleep, and see how this builds.
For the longest time, we kind of just thought of sleep as the time when the body powers down, like a computer going into sleep mode. But from an immune perspective, it is incredibly active. During the absolute deepest stages of your rest, specifically that deep, non-REM sleep, your body actually ramps up the production of these things called cytokines. These are essential signaling compounds that literally help your immune cells communicate with one another. While you are snoozing away, your T cells, which are basically the frontline soldiers of your adaptive immune response, actually show improved movement toward lymphoid tissue. Essentially, while you sleep, your body is doing the heavy lifting of setting up your entire immune framework.
And this brilliantly illustrates what happens when things go wrong. Cutting that deep sleep short is highly detrimental. Research shows that people who regularly get less than the recommended amount of sleep are roughly 4 times more likely to develop cold symptoms after being exposed to a virus. 4 times! That's no joke. Look, occasional short nights happen to all of us, for sure. But persistent sleep deprivation, it leaves you highly vulnerable to common respiratory bugs.
Furthermore, getting adequate sleep before and after vaccinations actually correlates with stronger antibody responses. Your immune system is quite literally learning and adapting while you rest. On the flip side of that coin, chronic sleep loss doesn't just stop your immune system from learning, it actually encourages low-level inflammation, which slowly just wears down your defenses over time.
So, how do we actually secure those crucial 7 to 9 hours? First, curate your environment. You want a cool, dark, and quiet room. Second, and yeah, I know this is the hard one, you need to maintain a consistent bedtime, even on the weekends. Your circadian rhythm absolutely craves consistency. Keeping that rhythm steady supports the necessary hormone cycles and temperature regulation that make deep, restorative sleep actually possible.
All right, moving right along to Pillar 2, balanced nutrition.
If sleep is the coordinator of your immune system, well, nutrition is providing the raw materials. And here's the thing. Your body doesn't need a single, trendy superfood fix. It needs consistent dietary patterns. Vitamin C supports your white blood cells, so think citrus, berries, dark leafy greens. Vitamin D, which you can get from fatty fish, regulates those immune responses. Zinc, sourced from nuts and legumes, is essential for immune cell maturation. And selenium kind of ties the whole shebang together in immune-connected physiological processes. All these nutrients work synergistically, meaning variety is absolutely your ultimate weapon here.
And hey, remember that 70% figure we talked about earlier? Because a massive portion of your immune system lives right in your digestive tract, the bacteria living down there, your gut microbiome, are totally central to maintaining immune balance. To support this, you really need gut-supporting foods. Fermented options like yogurt, kefir, sauerkraut, and kimchi are packed with beneficial bacteria. But listen, those bugs need to eat too. That's exactly where fiber-rich foods like vegetables, fruits, and whole grains come into play. They feed that bacteria and help the whole ecosystem thrive.
Now, there is one more crucial piece of the nutrition puzzle,
And it's so incredibly simple that it often gets entirely ignored. Hydration. Good old-fashioned water. It is the transport system. It circulates all those amazing nutrients we literally just talked about. It supports cardiovascular function, and it keeps digestion moving. Staying well hydrated indirectly reinforces every single physiological function tied to your immunity.
Let's jump into Pillar 3, moderate exercise.
Physical movement acts as the primary circulation mechanism for your immune cells. And when we talk about exercise for immune health, the absolute key word in the research is moderate. Brisk walking, cycling, swimming, yoga, resistance training, these activities, when you do them consistently, are deeply beneficial. The real mechanism at play here is regularity and healthy blood flow. You absolutely do not need to completely exhaust yourself with occasional intense bursts. Instead, regular, moderate exercise efficiently just moves those immune cells right through your body.
Now, what's really interesting about this whole concept is that these aren't just isolated habits. Exercise, sleep, and nutrition actually form a reinforcing loop, rather than 3 separate levers you have to pull. Improve just one pillar, and you automatically make the others easier to maintain. Regular exercise helps you fall asleep faster and reach those deep non-REM stages. Conversely, when you are sleep-deprived, your appetite regulation completely changes, triggering these intense cravings for sugary foods, which derails your nutrition. They are all just beautifully connected.
Finally, let's talk about the overarching threat: sustained stress.
There's one factor that can genuinely, completely disrupt this beautiful reinforcing loop we just talked about, and that is sustained stress. Stress doesn't just live in your mind, it translates into very real physiological changes that alter immune function and completely ruin sleep patterns. We have to actively manage it. Breathing exercises, spending time outdoors, maintaining consistent meal timing, and reducing screen time before bed. So the crucial point is, these aren't just fluffy wellness cliches. They are highly practical physiological inputs that actively protect your foundation.
The overarching takeaway for today is that your immune system responds to patterns, not panic. It isn't something you simply have or don't have, it is a framework that you actively build. The benefits of consistent sleep, varied nutrition, and moderate movement truly compound over time. So, as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with this thought. Your immune health is built day by day, choice by choice. What small positive decision are you going to make today to start building your foundation?